Hello, welcome to my decade recap. We're going to try this again. The internet failed me, our Wi-Fi crashed and burned, so we're going to try it again. This is part one of your decade recap. If you want to make any comments or hashtag KB decade recap, and I can follow everybody's hashtags. They're also in the bottom, in the notes period, will be the PDF exercise that I'm talking about. Facebook is skittish when you put it in the very beginning, so it'll be in the comment section. I want to talk to you today about the upcoming new decade. We're only a couple days away, like 2-3 weeks away from a new decade, a whole new opportunity to make differences, to impact, to build your empire, to become the enchanted leader of your life and those lives around you. But before you go into the next decade, we really need to go through three parts. We need to look at the past 10 years. We need to look at where you're at right now and where you want to be the next 10 years. Today, part one, we're going to talk about the past 10 years. We're going to look at different parts of it, and then look at, on Thursday, we'll look at this time, where we're at present time, and the next week we'll take a peek at the future. Now, if you follow me, you know I'm a huge goal setter. I love goals. I think you have to have a roadmap to decide where you want to be. I think if you think the cosmos is random and just kind of blows you around, you're totally wrong. What you have in your life is exactly what you've attracted into your life. If you don't like what you have, if you don't like your circumstances, then you need to look within, because it's how you're thinking. Because it's when you think, you're sending all this energy out to the universe. And if you're random in your thoughts, you know, one day you want to be a pilot, and the next day you want to be an EMT, and the next day you want to be an artist, and the next day you want to be a nurse, and the next day you want to be a doctor, the universe gets confused. The universe is like, what do you want to be? You got to narrow it down and figure out, this is what my goal is. But that's for a Thursday. Now we want to just look back over the past 10 years. The best thing to do is get out your journals, get out your scheduler, your calendars, wherever you kept the past 10 years at. So you can look at each year, one at a time, 2010, 2011, and see when you made shifts in your life, when you up-leveled, when you held firm, when you kind of stepped backwards. Because I really want you, the first thing I want you to do is look at what were you most proud of. Over the past 10 years, what one singular thing are you the most proud of? And it could be that you survived 10 years. It could be, you know, that you moved your job further, or it could be you had children or grandchildren, you got married, you lost weight, you gained weight. It depends. It's whatever you're most proud of. Nobody can answer this question for you, because only you know, when you look over the past 10 years, what made your heart sing. What do you look at and say, wow, I am so happy that happened? And again, it helps if you look at your calendar, if you look at everything, because it's hard to keep track over 10 years. It's a long span of time. Although it happened in a blink, I mean, I can remember 2010 and all the excitement, and 2009, all the excitement going into a new decade, and how everything's going to change. And it's in a blink of an eye, we're getting ready to enter into a new decade. Time flies fast. I mean, sometimes you feel like when you're in the midst of it, it drags on, and then all of a sudden you look back and it's, where'd the 10 years go? Where'd the 30 years go? I don't want you to be sitting here 10 years from now with regret. I don't want you to sit here 10 years ago and said, man, if I would have done the goals I set in 2020, I would own the world. I would have my empire. I would be the enchanted leader, showing everybody how to embrace their spirituality. I would be the head quilt maker, teaching everybody how to make quilts. Set high goals. Believe in how great you are. Believe in your ability. So take time. What are you most proud of? The next thing is, what obstacles did you overcome? You know, I say everything is overcomable. It doesn't matter what obstacle is put in your path, you can overcome it. Now, some are harder to overcome than others, and I don't make light of obstacles. It's not like I'm an obstacle mocker and think, ha ha ha, there's no obstacle. We all have horrendous things happen to us, and we all have to figure out how we're going to do with it. How are we going to deal with it? Are we going to deal with that moment in time as being our moment in time? Or are we going to look at that moment in time as a moment in time that we want to take from and expand and grow? And I'll give you a great example. You know, if you watch Megan Rapone, she's the Sports Illustrated Sportswoman of the Year. She helped the women's soccer team win the World Cup. This is her moment in time. Now she can take all these awards she's winning and just say, wow, look at me, how great, and move on. Or she can take it and keep taking it and keep taking it. But it really will depend on the type of person she is. Because when people get a lot of adulation, when they get a lot of eyes watching them, when they get a lot of judgment, people can fold. So it's up to you when you run into each obstacle, when you run into each good thing, to decide, is this my moment? Or am I going to take this moment and keep going with it and keep making it better and better and better? Also, look at what goals you've achieved over the past 10 years. What goals did you set that you really achieved, that you made, that you're most proud of? And you can look at, and it can be a little goal. It could be like, I wanted to lose 10 pounds and I lost 10 pounds. My goal was to lose 80 pounds. I lost 40 pounds. I'm content. Now, yes, I want to lose the next 40 in the next decade, and I wish it wouldn't have taken me as long. But I made the goal. I lost the 40 pounds, and it was no longer a priority for me. I shifted. I wanted other stuff. That's what the beautiful thing is about this world. You can shift and change, and what's the most important thing to you today may not be that important in 2025, because your life changes, you evolve. So take your time and take care of these three things. And then you want to look at what singular thing, if you could go back, and you can't change, so I don't want you to think I want you to go have doubt or regret. What singular thing, if you would have taken action, would have made a difference? And I want you to look at that because I want you to understand how you hold yourself back. How are you keeping yourself from making the forward progress? I wrestled with writing a book for years before I finally wrote it. And when I finally wrote my book, Blue Rose Bookstore, Journey of Healing, I wrote it over a 5-day weekend because I had written it in my head for so long. So I'm most proud of that. But I also think of how long you can drag yourself out. What holds you back? Because what holds you back is going to be so important moving into the next decade, because these inner voices, this inner self-talk that we get going will hold you back, and you won't move forward. And I don't want you to be sitting here in 2030 saying, oh, I wish I would have taken that chance. Oh, I wish I would have gone on that trip. I wish I would have gone rappelling off the side of a mountain. I wish I would have skydived. I wish I would have scuba dived. But I was fearful. Figure out where your fear monsters are so you can help move those forward. Then I also want you to take some time to figure out, what have you learned over the past 10 years? What have you learned that has enhanced your life? And what have you learned that gave you a different skill set? To me, I was never, spirituality has always kind of come in and out of my life. And I don't mean religious-based spirituality. I mean the meditation, how to do past life journeys, how to do all kinds of stuff, spirituality, how to do Reiki, how to, become an intuitive healer, all of that stuff. That was dormant in my life from the time I was 22 all the way up until 2013, when the universe is like, we have rattled your cage, we've done everything we can to get you to go back to your spiritual path that you're born to be on, but you're not paying attention, so we're going to put somebody right in your path. And they put a shaman in my path who was able to work through all the layers and layers and layers to get to the essence. So one of the things most accomplishment is becoming a shaman and becoming a Reiki master and learning how to do this spiritual stuff and helping other people. And if you're interested in learning about spirituality, jump over to my free Facebook group, Spiritual Adventurers Club. Spiritual Adventurers Club. It's a free group. Just type it in. When you get this handout, it'll also be in the bottom of that. I want you to think through 9 places. I want you to think through your career, your family, your relationships, your health, your finances, your creativity. Take time writing each one of those. Where are you with your health? Where are you with your family? Where are you with relationships? How do you do with time? So really take a look at that. And then, always then I want you to look at your lessons that you've written down. What lesson was the biggest game changer for you? What lesson did you walk away going, wow, I don't know how, when you're in the moment, I don't know how I'm going to overcome that. And then you look back a couple years later and you think, wow, what a lesson. Man, I needed to learn that. Because if you don't learn the lessons, they keep repeating over and over and over and over. And I also want you to, again, as I talked, figure out what's getting in your way. How are you sabotaging yourself? And in the handout, I'm going to have a link to an ebook I wrote on how to stop self-sabotaging, how to stop getting in your own way, that you can also jump on. So this is it for day one. It's a lot of work for you guys. That's why I'm giving you till Thursday. I really want you to take your time. I want you to think through it. If you have any questions, you can comment below, hashtag KB Decade Recap, DM me, whatever. I want to help you because I want the next 10 years and beyond for you to be the best 10 years of your life. I don't want you to sit back 10 years from now with regret. I don't want you to sit back and think, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I take that chance? Why didn't I go to Paris? Why did I hurry back from Paris? Why didn't I go take that dream vacation? Why did I, stay tethered to my desk thinking, oh, that's the most important thing in the world, when there was a whole world out there? I want you to drink from the nectars of the gods. I want you to make the impossible possible. I want you to reach for the unreachable star. And I know you can. And I know we can work together and I can help you get to that unreachable star. It's time for you to make magic in your life. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll talk to you guys Thursday. Have a great day. Have a great time planning. Embrace the process. Look at the good. Look at the bad. Embrace all of it so you'll be prepared on Thursday to start looking at the present. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.